Okay. Are you ready?
I'm always ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1.
You're listening to the Rough Tumble Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So this episode is just a little bit weird to record because it comes out in 2 weeks, and we're basically traveling into the future. Is basically what's happening.
We've been talking about time travel, so it works out
Yeah.
pretty good.
It's a little bit more echoey today.
It is a bit
I feel.
echoey today.
Yeah. Oh well, we really need to get in here and treat this room for our listeners so that they don't they don't drop us like a freaking hot rock. So this episode we have Fellipe Trovo on. He came into my gym and taught a seminar, and then I forced him to come in and do the podcast and let me interview him a little bit. And I hope everybody likes it. Did you listen to it? Mitch wasn't here for it, but he got to listen to it before everybody else.
Yeah, I really liked it. And we were talking about before, because obviously Felipe's got a really strong Brazilian accent. And we were talking about how, you've been around a bunch of Brazilians whenever I had no problem understanding a word that he was saying.
Yeah, it's kind of funny, like how easy it is for me now to understand a Brazilian accent, and then other people are like, dude, I have no idea what he's saying.
Yeah, and I think it's because you pick up on, like, they all make the same mistakes.
The same nuances.
Yeah, the nuances.
Yeah.
I shouldn't say mistakes, but yeah, they still make all the same like language things. And a lot of it, you hear it in Spanish cultures too. Like, instead of saying in, they'll say on.
Yeah.
So they're like, go inside the house. And you're like, well, but it's because I guess, in those languages, there's no difference between those.
Right. Yeah. I was never able to learn a second language. I was born in a different country and grew up around the German language a little bit, not like a lot, but and just could never pick up on it. I'm not one of those
You got to
people.
inoculate into it because I've been learning Spanish and Portuguese for, I'm 36 now, so 36 years, and I still can't speak very well. I can read it really good. Like if you write it, I can read it perfectly. Like,
Yeah.
I am fluent in reading Spanish and Portuguese for the most part, unless I come across words that, like, I just don't know, like I've never seen before. But when it comes to having a conversation, I can listen and know what they're talking about. But when it's my turn to respond, I just start talking in Portuguese/English.
I can speak a little bit, and when I'm in Brazil, obviously I get better for a little while, and then it goes away. And I always say, like, I can speak really good jiu-jitsu Portuguese, but that's about it. I think it's surprisingly easy. When I spent about a week over there, and I put minimal effort into learning Portuguese, I'll start doing the Duolingo on the plane ride over there.
Just to get a refresher.
Yeah. And but it's surprising how quickly you start learning the language, being completely immersed and like surrounded by it. I mean, within a week I start feeling like, I can kind of get through my day in Portuguese now. And and then, like, I'm willing to bet I haven't spent much longer than that, but over time, I could see it getting easier and easier.
I know I used to get upset because I feel like I'm a pretty intelligent person, and I've met some great Brazilians, not always the most intelligent. And they've had, like, almost no problem becoming bilingual.
Yeah, they start speaking English. Fellipe, though, he's very intelligent and very, very nice. I mean, like, one of the nicest athletes I've ever met. He's just very, dude, I mean, you'll see in the video, his smile is just from one side of the room to the other. Like, he's just a happy dude. And I was really happy to have him in. I think it's really cool for the podcast.
And I don't want to ruin the interview for anyone, but I had questions because I did listen to it, and so maybe me asking some of these questions might answer some questions for some of the listeners who are going to listen to it. But so when he was in Brazil, he was Novignon.
Yeah, he was Novignon. He trained under a guy named Andre. Dude, I had it right on the podcast. You hear it on the podcast or in the interview. But so he trained it under a guy there in Sao Paulo for Novignon. And then there was he was talking about he lost to Fellipe lost to Adam Wardinsky at Worlds this year, and he lost no gi Worlds this year to Adam Wardinsky, and I think he lost gi Worlds. He lost another time to Adam Wardinsky. And that's who he was saying was like the guy that was his toughest match was Adam. And so I don't think everybody's going to pick up on that whenever he says it.
Yeah. And so he switched to Gracie Barra when he came to America?
I believe so, yeah. I believe he, from what I understand, he moved here with full intention to train at Romulo Barral's.
Okay.
Which we talk a little bit about it. Like, Romulo is a little bit of a standout within an organization that kind of doesn't like standouts. You know what I'm saying? Like, they want your gym to look a certain way. They want you to dress a certain way and act a certain way, so on and so forth. Which, again, I think is okay. I don't have a problem with it because it works for some people. For me, it doesn't. But Romulo's always figured out a way to just kind of stand out amongst that group. And I've always really liked that.
One thing I always thought was, and this is not me talking bad about GB or anything like that. I definitely don't want to talk bad about an organization right before we have a whole interview with it. And I'm not talking bad about them, but I know you guys talked a little bit about the gis.
Yeah.
Because Gracie Barra has a formula. You have a white gi and a blue gi. Everybody wears the same gi. You have to wear Gracie Barra stuff. And one thing I always thought was interesting when I was coming up, because I was Gracie Barra for about 2 years, unintentionally. And when you buy their gis, the IBJJF only allows you to have patches in certain places. And when you buy the Gracie Barra gis, there's a Gracie Barra patch in every spot that the IBJJF would allow you to have a patch.
Yeah.
So you couldn't wear other patches. But then you would see guys like Hajer and those guys wearing all these sponsor patches. And I'm like, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not allowed to do that because it breaks the IBJJF rules. And then you guys are taking GB patches off and putting other sponsorship patches in place of them, but I'm not allowed to do that. But I guess if you're Hajer Gracie or Romulo or whoever.
It might be a black belt thing too. You can't do that until you're a black belt. Maybe.
I didn't read it in the handbook, but
yeah.
It could be.
And we talked a little bit about it, like, and we talked about it too in the car ride here, and everything. Just how Gracie Barra kind of has a little bit of a bad rap in the United States because of their uniformity and their want and their drive to be a just kind of a unit, like one unit. And it's just like that works for people the same way
absolutely.
that the military. Honestly, had I got into a school like that, whenever I was a white belt, I'd be a much different person, and it'd probably be for the good. I'd probably be much more responsible and like a better person.
Like, you know what I mean? I
overall.
came from a gym like that.
I needed something like the military.
I eventually kind of rebelled, and that's what I like about. When I talk about those things on the podcast, I'm not talking about it from a perspective of, I see it from other people. Like, I was in it. So I was involved. I was in that, and then I was in both environments. I've been in the environment where it's very, white gis only do this. This is how we do the technique. And if you do it any other way, you're wrong. You do not cross train, all those things, to the other flip side, which is, wear whatever you want, train wherever you want, do whatever you want, whatever, And so I did like that Fellipe, the way he explained why he likes the Gracie Barra formula.
Yeah.
I agreed with him. And in fact, while I was listening to it, I was kind of imagining, because I've got a couple of things working this year, 2020, career-wise. If they fall through, then I will most likely be opening my gym up in probably 2021. Right. And
That'll
so,
be $300 for that advertisement.
and it'll be in Cabot because that's where I live, and that's where Rolly and I believe we would have a good impact. Cabot's big enough to have more than one gym. It was already proven when Willie McLaughlin had his gym, and then I had my gym in the same vicinity.
Mm-hmm.
You have like a shit-eating grin on your face.
Oh, sorry. I was like, we got a message on the Instagram at the same time that
I was making sure you didn't want to talk about it because you looked like you were waiting for me to stop so that you could.
Oh, no.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I thought it was something really good.
No, I don't care.
Turns out it wasn't good at all.
Honestly, I wasn't even listening. I was going to pick up on it later. I zoned out to read that message real quick, and I was going to kind of pick up on what you're saying later.
It was a movie that was like that, and he just kept going, yeah, but he's not listening.
Anchorman. He goes, Ron Burgundy, are you listening? He goes, nope.
That's what it was. But, long story short, I liked the way that Fellipe answered it because as I was listening to that, I was thinking about like, well, I'm going to have to make that decision in about a year and a half on how I want to do that.
Yeah.
Like, and then you mentioned how whenever your students, you guys had your school gis and you're like, man, it looked fucking amazing. It looked super clean,
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of like, and the way Fellipe said it, he was just like, he's like, man, you have some guy come in with pink gi, it look unprofessional, look like shit, basically.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he's not wrong.
It does, yeah.
He's not wrong. Like when everybody's kind of wearing the uniform, it looks clean,
Mm-hmm.
So I give him that. But I also don't like restricting my students to saying, no, you will do this.
I think where I've found the middle road is I've just always tried to, and it's tough being a smaller gym. We don't have enough money to buy like thousands of gis or thousands of, I try to have the gear that I want on the mats available in my shop, in my gym. I don't discourage people from going to Amazon and finding a cheaper option. The only thing I tell them is like, make sure it doesn't, the dye doesn't run off of it on my mats, and then I have to live with a big black streak down the middle of my mats for 4 years.
And the thing is I find that when you leave people to their own devices, they don't typically go too crazy.
No.
I mean, even at Westside, you mostly just see white and black gis.
Here's a good example. And this is an example of how Reddit is a fucking nightmare. I have a blue belt that I gave him a blue belt. When he got his blue belt, he found one online that he liked. It was this fucking crazy looking blue belt with this dragon on the side of it, and then the bar was green. Like it was like lime green. He really liked the belt. I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like an armbar is still an armbar.
Yeah, that's true.
And so when I posted on Reddit a video of us doing like a technique or whatever, they lit us up about his belt. And I'm like, dude, who gives a fuck?
Here's the other thing about Reddit in that BJJ one.
Yeah.
It's all white belts.
Yeah.
Every one of them.
Yeah.
Like I went on there as a black belt and was kind of perusing. And I remember somebody was referred to Berimbolo as a basic guard.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, are you fucking insane?
Yeah.
And he was arguing with me.
Right.
Like, you've been doing jiu-jitsu about as long as I've been shitting my pants, which is not very long. And it's like...
Just started last week.
I just started last week, and he's just like, well, it's pretty basic in my gym. Like, it's not. You're fucking retarded if you think that's a basic fucking guard.
There's a guy, the guy that was commenting on my loss to Kevin Williams was going on. Like, I've been doing bolo stuff for this long. I was like, who cares?
Yeah, nobody.
You're on Reddit. But
and you're exactly right. And it's always like these white belts or young blue belts.
Mm-hmm.
And that, and maybe that's the military coming out in me, where like I've earned a certain level of respect when you get to like the brown and black belt level. Like I put in 12 fucking years. Like I've torn biceps, fucked up my ribs. Like I've put enough time into this to earn a little bit of respect.
Mm.
And then when you go on the internet, on Reddit, of course, what would you expect anyways on Reddit? And then like you have these white belts talking shit to you.
Yeah.
And you're like, who the fuck are you?
Right.
Like, you're gonna quit when you get your blue belt anyway. So why are we even having this conversation?
It's Reddit's a dangerous world in general. Anyways, back to this episode. I really enjoyed having him in. I think his insight on all of it, like we were saying, he comes from a very uniform school, and but he's still one of the things that I do love about him is he comes in to train. Like he does a seminar at my gym, but dude, he comes to my classes. Mm-hmm. He will do the class. I wasn't able to be there for most of the time that he's been in because I've been doing this move. But he's been in previous years, and he'll come in and do the class.
What brings him to Arkansas?
His girlfriend is actually from Conway.
Okay, I was wondering because he never really talked about that. You said
our backstory. He a couple years ago, he had come into the gym and just walked in. He said that he called, and I don't remember talking to him.
Right, I would have remembered an accent.
I think that he called another gym, and then walked into my gym, and he said he said they were really nice to him on the phone, so he wanted to come in. I was like, great. But he told me, he's like, hey man, I want to train. I didn't bring my gi or anything. I was like, oh great. I mean, like obviously you train. Where do you train at? And he said Gracie Baja Northridge. I was like, oh, fuck. They said, I was like, oh, that's cool, man. Like, what rank are you? And I was like, please, like, say that you're like a purple belt.
Please say purple.
Yeah, and he's like, black belt. I was like, oh, fuck. And this was like right when he got his black belt too. And dude, he whooped the shit out of me in the nicest way possible. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, since then we've been real good friends and kind of go back and forth talking jiu-jitsu and stuff like that. And got to convince him to come in on the podcast.
That's awesome.
He said this was his first podcast, so that's pretty cool that we were able to do that. And what I think is cool too is, believe me, 2020, you're going to see a lot of him.
I'm looking forward to it.
He was all over Flow Grappling in 2019 for training with Keenan and beating him up a little bit. And then he'd won, just about everything aside from Worlds that he entered, American Nationals and blah, 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 blah. He won. And I think he's just like right there at the door.
Now, is he just a full-time competitor, or does he instruct at Homeless?
Oh, yeah. So he does instruct the kids' classes.
Okay.
Yeah. So anyways, I think it's going to be a really good episode, and I think everybody's going to like it. So.
I agree.
But let's go ahead.
I enjoyed it, so.
Let's go ahead and let that shit roll and let everybody listen to the interview. So.
Enjoy the interview, guys.
Yep. Peace out.
You're listening to the Rough Tumble Podcast.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Starting off 2020 the correct way with Fellipe Trovo in the house. What's
Hello,
up, dude?
guys. Hey, Johnny.
What's up, man? Dude, I appreciate you coming in. This is really awesome. We've had like this string of up-and-comers all as each one of our guests. Like I was telling you, Bryce came on the show, and then right after that, he hit the second twister ever to be done in the UFC. And then we had a UFC contender winner, TJ Brown, who's like, he's about to skyrocket in the UFC. And then Fellipe Trovo, who's had a phenomenal year, has won like literally everything there is to win this year. And has just like, this has been really your breakout year. I told you that's one of the reasons that I wanted to bring you on. So I appreciate it. This is really cool.
Thank you, guys. This year looked like so much better for me because... Yeah. Man, like my first year the black belt, like sucks, man. I don't know if you remember yours, but like mine, very bad. And like I didn't give up, go everyday train. And my second year, like I try like do something all different, like literally like try doing something crazy, like say, I don't know more do, I did, man, like change like all my training, everything, And like now, like I could have won the Company, the Gracie Bar one, can bring me the flight ticket to go now to Europeans.
Yeah. When did you find out about that? Did you find out about that today?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So just today, Fellipe found out he won a contest within Gracie Barra. Is that correct?
No. I won that 3 months ago.
Oh, you won it 3 months ago. Okay, I thought you just found out about it today.
No. I'm just saying because I go like in January, guys. Check it out.
Okay, yeah. So Felipe is about to go to Europeans. The 20. What did you say the date was? I don't even know.
We're gonna start like January 20 until 27.
Okay, January 20th to the 27th. Felipe will be competing in the Europeans, which is for those that don't know, like that's the next biggest from Worlds, and this is a good timing for you too.
Good timing, like start the year in the good competition, and I never fought like Europeans before, like it's good feeling, like I feel good too, train a lot and to train a few guys too, help me to go sharp.
We attempted to, but I don't think it was going so well for most of us. Felipe is on another level. There's definitely, you can tell that just that different level of competition. You're there, man. Like, I can't wait to see what you're gonna do in 2020. That's gonna be awesome. And Europeans being in January, starting the year off, that's gonna be huge. I'm really excited. So I told you one of the reasons that I wanted to bring you on was because you lost last year. One of our missions is kind of like to lower that glass ceiling and kind of like, or I guess break through that glass ceiling and kind of show like not everybody's perfect, and sometimes shit's tough. It's like it's not easy, and like you've got to make that decision on you're either gonna not be that person or you're gonna step up and do the do what you need to do in order to make the progress. Do what you need to do, which is just train. And that's obviously what you've done.
Yeah, and I noticed too, like for some competitions, my guard too. Like I feel my guard was like too open. Like I asked like Home helped me a lot with that. Like to kind of like create a guard, like before I was to get too much use, like I just try submissions. Now, like, I kind of create a guard, like, to try sweep, like, more strategy, too.
Yeah.
This is, like, I think, like, change my game to this second year in the black belt. Like, make me, like, go more far, like, I'm feeling like until my opponents, like, tell me, like, too, like, I'm still, like, growing a lot. Like, in my career start, like, bad, like, and now showing the people. Now I hit the podiums now. Got third place in the Worlds, like lose just by advantage.
Yeah, that's in some controversial losses, but the third in no-gi Worlds this year at black belt. Did you get absolute as well? Third?
No, I lose by Devont in my quarterfinals for one advantage. Too.
Yeah. Okay. So third in your weight class, and then almost got that bronze in absolute. But you keep climbing that ladder each time. That's so awesome. And like, that's an important process for people, I think, to see is like, there's so much light on those people that like black belt and they win everything. Or even the people that don't, you forget that there was this process that they had to go through to get there. I don't know if you're familiar with Fellipe Costa. Do you know who that is?
No.
He had won, I don't know him, but I've heard of his story. And one of the things that I have liked about him is that he's always been open that he's never won a major tournament until he was black belt. And that's kind of unheard of, like those people that, and I think he's a world champion now at black belt, but he'd never won a major title until that point. And that's like an important process, I think, for people to see. It's not magic.
Yeah, that's true. Like the people like think, like look in the pictures, like see with nice cars, like see you like win everything. Like they think like it's magic. It's like you train, okay, but nobody see the whole process. Like every single day, wake up early, like training, drills.
Right. Yeah, and it's just that. There's no secret. Like wake up, do your work. That's all you got to do. And that's like what I was telling you. We're trying to shine light on those kind of people, those kind of characters that have had to like pay their dues and see that. So I'm so happy for you to be able to get to that point. So you came into town and did a seminar at my gym, and you beat everybody up. And I appreciate that. And but the way that we met too, Fellipe just walked into the gym, and I didn't know who he was. And it slowly, you could probably read it on my face how terrified I got more and more. Fellipe came in. I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man?" And he's like, "Hey, I want to train." Okay, cool. Where do you train at? He goes, "Oh, Jamilo Barral's in Gracie Baja Northridge." I was like, "Oh, cool, man. What belt are you?" And he's like, "Black belt." I was like, "Oh, shit." And I paid for it. That was your mount. I've always your full mount is just unstoppable. I've never felt anybody's full mount like yours. Do you consider that one of your pieces of your game?
Yes, like the mount, because like the goal like on the mount I try to do is like pin the guy for like they don't escape, for like suffocate him. I think like this bring like the space for the guy, like, and when I can like go to the submission, because like I always try
making mistakes.
Yes. Because like making the guy uncomfortable. And one of the reasons I learned that, for be real, like Romulo, when Romulo mounts on you, oh my god,
you know it.
You know, like it's gonna be choke, armbar, like, or he go to your back, you know, like it's annoying. Like, and I started to realize that the mounts was really important. I was losing a lot. I started like study his game. He gave him like some tips too. And now like it's like kind of my strong game. Before was like more Kimura, but now the mount's like my main goal.
That's your main goal.
Like if you see my fights in American Nationals, like all my matches are like I pass, mount, and tap.
Yeah. And that was exactly what I pointed out whenever we had rolled, is I noticed like, dude, and I've never been a person that I don't really respect the mount as much as I should as an offensive place for me to go, because I'm not good at controlling it. I'm much more, I want to take your back. I feel like the back is way easier to submit from. For me, it's the opposite. You believe that? Like, I go to the back, like, I don't feel good.
Yeah. I don't feel good. My best back when I got guys to, like, in the crucifix for me.
Yeah.
My, like, back, like, you know, because...
I've noticed that's another big part of your game is the crucifix.
Because, like, it's very connected to the Kimura, you know? Like, I find one way I can control the back if you have to be on the back, you know? Because I feel on the back, like, I don't know. I feel like I give too much space for the guys. I know like this is my fault. I have to train more, but I try like change my game for that, you know, like put one thing different, you know?
Yeah.
And not always need to tap the guy on the back.
See, and people are so good at like defending some of those positions too, that it's tough to like, now when I get to the back, it used to be when I get to the back, I could bow and arrow and choke everybody, because nobody expected that. Around here, nobody expected that. But then like, it's gotten to where people are really, really good at defending that back position, and it's so much more difficult to submit from there. I got to find something new. I got to start playing with the mount position. So what's it? Well, I've always really liked Romulo because he seems to stand out from the crowd, and even within Gracie Baja, which, with the way that it's ran, they it's hard to stand out from the crowd sometimes, and especially like with the way that he runs it. I've always really respected that, and it seems like he's truly friends with everybody that he trains with. He's not that god level tier. He's just one of the bros hanging out on the mats, and am I correct in that assumption that that's how he is?
That's true. Like he try put like the best environment to the gym, you know?
Yeah.
For sure, he wanna compare stuff, like he wanted that,
right? Of course.
But at the same time, he wanted like the best environment. Him and Jason too, like the other owner of the gym too.
Okay, yeah.
They create this, like you go there, you feel like in your house. They feeling there like it's your family.
Yeah.
They be part of you, you know. So like everyone try help each other. Don't have like this kind of I'm better than you. I have ego, you know. Everyone's the same.
Yeah.
Everyone's the same. And they just want the jiu-jitsu. They just want a porrada, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome. And that's what Fellipe's brought into the gym whenever he's come in too. And I've always, like really, really, really liked that.
You comment like about when I go crazy your gym, like didn't say not. Was like that because like I'm like addicted on jiu-jitsu. Like I cannot like stop training, and I know like if one day I want to be world champion never rest. I look in the internet, like gyms. I look Gravitas, I say, interesting. Like, I go. I call you first because like I don't have the gi and now like some gyms like have the thing of the gi, you know, like you cannot train if the gi is different than the other team's patch. Like for this, I call you and I show up there and like, but was the best feeling like because every time you go to one different gym than yours, your house, like you don't know like 100% of the gyms gonna have like this, have 100% the gyms. Always like 10% of the gyms is gonna treat you bad, you know, if you go from the other gym, just visit, you know, but the other 90% is like gonna bring like good energy like yours. Like I went there, when I stepped there, talked to Jonny, like man, like was awesome. Like the guys, like the environment, you know, like you feel the energy, you know. I believe this thing of energy, like I think the energy there was like amazing. Like it's the same feeling I was in the homeless gym, you know.
Right. Yeah, and I really appreciate that. The energy that I think that we create in the gym is extremely important. I agree with you. Like, we can't train safely if we don't trust the people around us, and we can't trust the people around us if we're not open and create a fun, safe training environment. So, I think that's exactly what I want to build with my gym. So I'm glad, and I appreciate that about you. Is you come in and you train. You come into my classes, which is, that's unheard of. I mean, like that's one thing that I've always tried to push people to do. Like, if you're going to teach a seminar at my gym, how am I going to get people to come to the gym and do your seminar if they don't know who you are? If they've never met you, like you could be a total douche, you know, like I don't want to go and pay for that guy's seminar. I've never met him and he's just a jerk. But then you come into the gym and you roll with everybody, you train with everybody, and then you teach a seminar. And I think that pays off for you. So I think that's very smart, and I don't see people doing that.
Yeah, like I think it's nice, like because the same like you said, like I wanna the people know me, you know, like
right.
Don't think like I'm like just go and just get the money, you know. I wanna like pass what I learned from jiu-jitsu, you know, like I wanna you have the same happiness I have with jiu-jitsu. I wanna pass that for you.
Yeah.
Not just the jiu-jitsu, you know. For this guy, try to do that role with everyone, like no, you know, like and like every time you learn with one different person, you learn one different game, you know. And like you get friendship with other persons who can like help you one day, you know. I think like that.
And then you get to be on a podcast and it just throws you into the stratosphere. You're going to blow up. 2020 is going to be your year because of this moment right here, this podcast. For
sure. I always bring good luck, you know, like all the guys here, like go like this. I'm going to be in this bond, you know?
Yeah. Now this is just giving you rocket boosters for 2020. Another thing that we talked about was that you had switched gyms. And we actually have a couple of listeners that have like talked to us about they've considered switching gyms and they don't know what to do. They don't they don't like the people that they're under. They don't know if they can train here or train there, do this and that. I would just like to hear like a little bit of your advice, your insight on how you've navigated that, because you've done it neutrally from what I understand, like, and you're still able to train at both places, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Because like my professor, my first one, André Churubira, he always like was really good with me, you know, like I have like all my respect of him. He gave me my black belt too, you know, like he helped me a lot. Like I'm still here because of him too, you know, like he
gave you that foundation.
Yes, you know, like Romulo for sure, like build me like very good, make me very tough, but him too, you know. And this thing, like they train at both gyms because like I just left there because there's like no was one place I couldn't grow more, you know. My jiu-jitsu was more big than the place. No one was big than his jiu-jitsu, but like the guys there don't have competition, you know, like they have like multiple jobs, you know.
You didn't have the training partners to put you into that next tier. Yeah.
For this guy, try reach home, you know, like I just ask for him the opportunity, you know, because I just need that opportunity to train more, like learning more, and like for be better. Because there I noticed like I couldn't learn. For this guy, talk to my professor, André, say, man, like nothing against you at all. Like I explained myself first, and I was like rude, like say a goodbye.
You're just honest about the situation.
Yeah, like I say, man, my dream is like be world champion black belt. I think not you, but like here I can't, you know. For this I reach Romulo, like I never think sit up. And Romulo until like he gave him like support, say, man, perfect, you have to do that. Like for this kid, Romulo likes me so much because I didn't left my gym like with the
bad terms.
Yes,
Right.
like I explained for each side, you know. And be part of the Gracie Bar team, like bring me a lot of good things. Like I really didn't know Gracie Bar at all, but like Gracie Bar is like amazing team too.
Yeah. And I appreciate that insight. Just it's like it's important for people to understand that like
You know
these tough situations just require honesty most of the time.
Another thing too, not because we start in the first gym, your obligation stay there forever. Like you have to like go in the other gyms too for you check it out, like which style you like. You know, it's like the same for you go to school. You know, like science, like math, like that. It's the same thing. You go to a gym, like they have like one approach, other gym, other approach, you know. You have to find out which approach bring good things for you. Because it's not like every gym you're going to start is going to be the best or it's going to be the good ones.
Right.
For this case, like it's good, like you see first and go to you think is the better.
Absolutely. Yeah. Try out different places. There's a reason that like each gym should have some kind of trial period for a purpose to see if you like it. If you don't like it, then don't sign up there. Go somewhere else. Or if you find out later on that you don't like that place, you know, go somewhere else. But it's like, it's all about what makes the individual happy, what makes you happy. And if you're not happy, then you're not going
able
to be training.
do nothing, you know,
Yeah.
like you don't work good. Everything you does, like if you want to happy, nothing's going to be nice. You're never going to be one thing great.
Right. Absolutely.
I believe that, you know, you have to be happy what you do.
Tell me, who do you think is your most, what was your toughest match of 2019? Who do you think was your toughest match?
Was my semi-final with Adam. Like,
Adam,
yeah. He's not like, he's good, man, but I feel like I need one more fight, you know.
Yeah.
I know I lose 2 times for him. The first one bad in Panams. This one by advantage. But now I think I can beat him for sure. I know now. He's a really tough guy. Was like excited match for me with him. Because like was really even. And I feel like I know how to beat him now.
You know how to crack the code. Yeah. Yeah. I totally understand that. Like that feeling of, you're just right there. You know it. You're like, oh, and he knows it too. But I think, you think he's going to be at Europeans this year?
Yes, but he's gonna be in the heavyweight.
Oh, he's going to be in the heavyweight.
Yeah,
you compete light heavyweight.
No, I compete heavyweight, but because I didn't control my diet, like I after no good words, and I can't now make like heavy, you know, like I'm too heavy. I'm gonna fight super heavy.
So, are you telling me you need to put on more weight?
No, I used to like fight heavy.
Right, but right now.
Right now I'm like up.
Right. So you signed up for super heavy.
Super heavy, and I have to keep my weight because I cannot.
You have to keep it. Okay.
Yeah.
You can't go up because I said there's a really good buffet down the road. We can go there. So you're gonna be competing at super heavy, and he's at heavy.
Super heavy.
Okay.
Yeah, the heavy bracket, the Europeans is too like nice.
Yeah. Who all do you have in your bracket?
My bracket have Patrick Gaudio, me, and one more guy. I don't remember the name.
Patrick Gaudio. Have you competed against Gaudio before?
Never, but like since one good match, you know, like he's real tough guy and like it's nice. I wish I want to fight with him.
Yeah. That's a big match. That'll be awesome.
Yeah, like he's tough, man. And like it's the best thing to be tough guys.
Mm-hmm. So what do you think your 2020 goals are? Outside of the obvious, winning the worlds and all of that stuff. But as far as like with your personal growth in jiu-jitsu, because you coach too, right? You coach the kids classes. Is that correct? The kids class or just white belt?
Yeah, the kids classes and the no-gi in the night too.
Okay, so give me your goals for coaching. I want to hear that.
Man, like coaching, like really like brings me good energy. Like have very tough guys on our gym. Like have one kid. 9 years old. He already fight MMA.
Oh, wow.
Punch in the face, in the belly. I'm not joking at all.
That's crazy.
Max, man. Like, this kid's gonna be, like, the best. Like, my goal, like, I always try help them the most and, like, try teach them. Like, sometimes they don't listen, you know? And we try. My goal is, like, have a little bit more patience to keep going in the head, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes they don't listen, like, they need them, but they don't listen. But they're still doing very good.
Mm-hmm.
This kid, I swear, you have to look after his Instagram.
For
He
sure.
won everything. The kid in 2019.
What's his name?
Max.
Max.
I
Okay.
like his, like, Instagram name is, like, Max Sheen.
Send it to me and I'll share it through our Instagram and stuff so people can look at him and
Man, this kid's like gonna be the tough. Like if he get out from our gym until like he's be like teenager, he's gonna be very tough.
yeah.
Beat everyone.
That's gonna be awesome. Yeah, that'll be awesome to be a part of too, coaching.
Yeah.
So who's
This is the goal. One of my goals too.
Uh-huh.
And the other, I think like keep going, being one good person. Like sometimes I feel like we try like to be me or like do some stuff. Like I want to be more correct. I feel. that
okay,
too.
yeah, I understand. Just being like more courteous to people, more
Yeah.
yeah, that makes sense. That's a great goal. Who do you feel is your your best training partner at your gym?
Man, Victor Silveira.
Victor Silvero. Is that
Yeah.
his name? Yeah. I think I've seen him compete a couple times, I believe.
Oh my god, this guy is like insane, man. Like he's my challenge, you know?
Yeah.
He's like I think he make me like compete because like me and him like go ham and like he's lightweight.
Uh-huh.
And like he have a power of heavyweight,
Yeah.
this fucking guy.
He's just he's like that guy that you just clash with at the gym. Are you close friends with him?
Yeah,
You
a lot.
yeah. So I always feel like those people that I'm like really close friends with, we go crazy, you know?
No, crazy. Like we dropping the wall like that.
Yes,
Like,
yeah. I have a friend at the gym that we'll bounce each other off the wall. It turns into MMA matches and all that. Yeah.
No, he beat me. Have one day like I was like crush his face.
That's awesome. Do you have like a list of or do you have a series of like dirty moves that you do in the gym to only the people that, you know, your purple belts and your brown belts that you just want to mess up?
Kind of. I like suffocate them a little bit on the mouth.
Yeah.
Like put the shoulder on the mouth because like Romulo like do that on us too. He make us suffer a little bit. I like
Yeah.
and like I don't want to keep suffering for myself. You know, I want to spread that.
You want to spread the love, exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I have a couple moves. I'll like put
Which
your gi
yours
over the
favorite
mouth. So one of my favorites is not really dirty, but it's a little trick that I'll do is I'll just put my gi in my mouth, and then all you're thinking about is what's he gonna do with that gi, and you're just watching my mouth, and meanwhile I'm like Kimura-ing you or something completely not to do with my gi.
Oh, that's good
Yeah,
trick.
I'll do that or the reverse chicken wing. What I was telling you about, I won that match with. That's now like
Tell them too.
that's a thing now. No, that everybody knows. That's that's a thing. Is my reverse chicken wing, because the other guy makes fun of me for it. It's a white belt move, you know. Those are probably my two
But
favorites.
this is the problem of the people, you know. They forgot the basic jiu-jitsu too, you know. Like look like dumb, but like it's so basic that people don't want to train it, but works, man.
Yeah.
Like, you know.
Well, in like if I did a Kimura trap from side control and I got a Kimura, everybody would go crazy. Oh my god, that was awesome! But because it was this way and not this way, you know, like this one's cheap, and everybody's like, "Oh, that's stupid." Like whatever, dude. Like it worked. Yeah, I have a couple of like the old clap and shoot on them.
Nah, this is good.
Yeah. Here lately, we've started doing combat jiu-jitsu rounds where we'll slap, open hand strike.
Really? Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
we'll just call it out in the middle of a round, combat jiu-jitsu round, and then like, you know, nicely and with consent. don't do that without asking your partner first. Those turn ugly.
We start like, whoa.
Yeah, but you get a good slap on somebody, and the round picks up like that. Like, you know, typically people, when there's punches or anything like that, people will hug. But if I get a good like bitch slap across your face, oh man, that gets people moving. People start going nuts. They're like two cats, you know? Because there's nothing like more disrespectful than a slap to the face like that.
Yeah, it's humiliate.
You can punch me, but like don't slap me like that. You know what I'm saying? And so it becomes like this huge cat fight. So we've introduced that in the gym to get.
You can punch on the ribs too or no?
Yeah. Oh yeah. You can hit the ribs.
Man, Victor Silveira fought one. They come back to jiu-jitsu. I saw him like this.
Oh yeah.
On the nose, like bam, bam, the guy like here.
That's rough. I kind of want to do one of those.
Man, it's good for you, Like you already know punch somewhere else. Like it's like jiu-jitsu and the opportunity we're gonna knock it down.
Yeah. I kind of do want to do one of those. The only thing that I wish that you could do elbows.
No, it's too much.
Yeah, but because elbows was my thing. That was my jam. There's nothing like elbowing somebody in the nose.
It's over.
It's the most satisfying feeling in the world. If you can feel their face just crush, it's crazy. I'm not a violent person, but like that feels like success. You know, when you're in an MMA fight, like you're like, that's exactly what success feels like. Winning feels like crushing somebody's nose with an elbow. Because you know that you're on your way to winning then. I'm not a violent person, but that does make me feel good. So do you have any games that you like to play whenever you guys coach? Do you do anything like that?
No, I have a lot. We have like dodgeball, like tag war. It's nice. I like tag war. Sometimes I jump in too.
Yeah.
But we have one very nice. Like we do the protect the cone. It's nice. You put the cone on the corners like that.
Oh, and the other people have to like get the cone?
Yeah, be one protecting, but like you just have to use jiu-jitsu move, cannot run around and go.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's nice too, American football, but like you tap the people.
Yeah.
You go like choke, but if you choke someone else, they have to be out.
Okay, yeah, that's a good one. I need to play that one soon. I like that. That's good. I haven't been playing a whole lot of games lately. The most that I'll do is like sometimes I'll have one person on their back, one person standing, and then another person holding their belt. And like the other person has to try and pass while you're like pulling on them. And they have to like standing pass.
No one do very close like that. Two people roll here in the circle. The others two around. You say like Jonny out, Fellipe in. Like if the guys still like in the back, the other jump on the back and keep rolling.
Yeah. Shark Tanks.
Yeah, Shark Tanks.
Yeah, those are fun. I enjoy those games. So what was the biggest as far as like training in Brazil and training in the United States? Did you feel like there was like a big difference, or did you get here and you were kind of like?
So like for me, I think depends on like, it doesn't matter like the country. Matters like which guy you go.
Yeah.
I think this is the difference, not the country at all. Which school you go like is different.
Exactly. Yeah, and that's one of the things that I've noticed. Like, I've been to Brazil twice. I mean, it's not. I mean, you're living in the United States traveling, but the places that I had been in Brazil, I'd noticed it's just like it is here. You have blue belts that are really, really, really good, and you have blue belts that are really, really shitty. And like you have black belts that aren't all that great, and you have black belts that are like on this crazy next level that you've never seen before. And people, I think, believe that when you go to Brazil, everybody is just going to be on this whole nother level, or that everything's just going to be completely different. And it's not. Like,
yeah, it's not. But like in Brazil, I feel a little bit our culture for jiu-jitsu a little bit more.
There is a culture difference.
Like ever like neighborhood you find jiu-jitsu. Like here, sometimes it's hard to find like good schools. Like in Brazil, I think it's more easy.
Yeah, and one of the things that I really liked about when we went to Brazil was like everybody would shake hands as soon as they get on the mats.
Yeah, it's nice, like a ball in, like
yeah, and like it's an easy way to meet everybody. You're just sitting there warming up, and they have to come by and shake your hand. Like like it's just easier to make that good environment.
This approach like is from Gracie Barra.
Is it really?
Yeah,
okay.
Gracie Barra, like try like if you notice like the program of the Gracie Barra is like all that they explain everything how approach the client, like because the people come from the gyms is our client,
right?
You want him there.
Yeah,
and like this is like one good way for like to talk to him. Like the first impression is the most important.
How do you so we've talked about there's a lot of people that have like brought up You know, the gyms that require uniform, like Gracie Baja requires a uniform, and they do these kinds of things. Our general opinion has always been, some people it works for, some people it doesn't. So if you don't like that gym, then don't go there. Go to a gym that allows whatever gi you want and allows, you know, whatever. What are your feelings on it? Do you enjoy like the structure? Do you enjoy the uniformity? How everything's kind of the same?
Man, I really like, for be real, like, because make more simple and look nice.
Yeah.
Because you want to go to the gym and like and feel like look nice, you know, because another thing, the gis from the Gracie Bar is from Storm.
Yeah, they are.
And now, no more Storm. They start with Storm, now change for Adidas.
Okay, yeah.
So then the gi is like really cool, like the how dressed, you know, the hash guard, the shorts. I really like have the uniform, but like have to be from one good brand too, you know, like Adidas one good brand, Storm was one good brand,
right? And I think that it's important. I think that, again, our general basis has been like, if it doesn't work for you, then don't go there. It doesn't work for you. But and I think that works for a lot of people. It makes it simple. It makes it, and I think honestly, I have my vision of how my gym is, and like when I have a whole gym full of everybody wearing my shorts and everybody wearing my rash guards, dude, we look like badasses on the mats. You know what I'm saying? Like we look freaking cool. And so I can't argue that point at all. And it makes it easier for people too that are trying to get into it.
Yes, like be easy and like they understand more, because one person go to your gym, they doesn't know nothing. He like look the gi, say, what is that?
Yeah.
Like I noticed that with the nieces of my girlfriend, like he asked me what's the belt, what's black belt. I show her the gi and she like, what is that? What you use from that? You know, like the people who wanna learn and go to your gym doesn't know nothing. I think this thing like get the padrons, like keep it like easy for the head. Like imagine that one person go pink gi, like one yellow gi, you know, like look horrible.
Right. And it gives, you know, everybody is always, where do I get a gi from? Or like, you know, is this a good gi brand? That kind of stuff. That makes it simple for them to just
buy.
I get this and then we're done. And yeah, I think that there are certain aspects that I really, really, really think that are good to nail down like that. And from what I understand, like I've been to 2 gyms in Brazil. I've been to the Novo União gym in Rio, and then I went to a Gracie Baja gym in Maceió. And at the Gracie Baja gym in Maceió, we shook hands with everybody, and I felt like we were friends. Like I was friends with everybody on the mats as soon as we got there. And that family atmosphere is just like so inviting. I really think that's important for people to understand too.
Oh, it's nice because I came from Novo União too. Yeah. My gym was like Robson, like when I started Jiu-Jitsu, my gym was like Robson Moura, Novo União.
Robson Moura has a really big influence in this area of Jiu-Jitsu, because my head instructor, Danny Drink, he was a Robson Moura. Well, he's under Tony Emanuel, who is now Gracie Baja. He was Novo União under Andre Pedneres. And so we ended up like kind of switching around and everything. But anyways, Hobson was like kind of our liaison for Novo União for a long time. Like he was our middle person. And so Hobson would come into this area and do seminars. And you can't find like a high ranking, like a black belt in their area that hasn't trained with Hobson in this area. So it's like,
that's
it's
true. He's very famous in like even in my city more because like he taught there, you know.
Yeah.
And he gave the black belt for my professor too.
Okay. Yeah. So can you pronounce your
André? His name is a little hard. André Ushurubira.
Ushurubira?
Yeah.
Okay. Andrea Ushurubira.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay. So he's a Hobson black belt, and if you guys don't know who Hobson Moura is, look him up. He's like a little spider monkey.
Yeah, he like spider guard a lot.
Yeah,
and like the gancho sweeps.
Yeah,
the butterfly.
Right. He was like that first. He was the first person that I saw that was like like, you know, like Jeff Glover is just like all over the place. Like he was the first. I was like, oh my gosh, people can move like that. I remember seeing him though.
Yeah, because he's really small.
He is, and he's flexible. He can move like nobody's. I don't understand it. Like the first, I did a seminar with him, and he did a move, and I was like, dude, there's no way. I will never move like that. And I still can't move like that, but I'm a black belt. At the time, I was like, I'll never be a black belt.
Well, the same as me. He taught one seminar there. Like, I say, man, how am I going to do that? I'm so big. Like,
Yeah. It's very disheartening when you see those little people like Bruno Malfacini. That's the kind of jiu-jitsu that I want, you know, but I'm too long and
Yeah, it's
all
like
over the place. I want to cartwheel and do backflips on people. And I can't because I'm too long and too big. But yeah, that's pretty interesting. That's a funny circle that you came from originally Hobson Mora Nova Niao, and this whole area is originally Hobson Mora, or a lot of it is anyways. Do you have anybody to watch out for this year? Like are you watching anybody in jiu-jitsu that's like, that's going to be the next big thing, or that guy?
I want to be this guy.
Yeah, Fellipe Trovo is the next big guy. That's for sure.
But like one guy like surprised me a lot was Kaina. Like he won everything. This guy is the one guy who like, I know he's still like won everything. I think this guy and maybe like Roberto Jimenez, you know, now.
Oh yeah, Alberto.
He's gonna do one fight with Keenan Cornelius in February, I think.
Okay, yeah, that'll be an interesting fight.
Who you think he'll win?
I'm gonna say Robert Jimenez.
No.
Yeah, I think so.
Why do you think?
Because of what we were talking about earlier. Because Keenan's opened up the new gym, and I think he's gonna be focused on that. Yeah, I think he'll lose. Did you see? Let's see, who was it? Somebody beat Robert. A Feijão guy. What was that guy's name? He just moved over to another team, Izaki Bahin's team. What is that guy? Alexander Muniz.
Yeah.
He beat Robert Jimenez last year, I think. I don't know. I think Robert
Who you think you're gonna be like, you can look and gonna be the next one?
The next big thing. Fellipe Trovo is number one on the list for sure. Honestly, I don't have anybody right now. I've seen a couple of purple and brown belts, but I've already forgotten their names. There was a purple belt here recently that they said is like the next Ted Day. Do you know who I'm talking about? It was on Flow Grappling and stuff. They did like a highlight of him. They said he was the next Ted Day. Who's your favorite grappler? Who's your favorite jiu-jitsu fighter?
My favorite one is Margarida. Who? Fernando Margarida.
Oh, is he the inventor of the Margarita pass with the bottom lapel and arm? Do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
Oh, okay. It's like a knee slice with the bottom. You know how normally you get the top lapel?
Uh-huh.
His was up with the bottom lapel and the sleeve.
No, I
don't know.
I like him because like he play a lot collar guard.
Okay.
And like I think my main goal is like the collar, and like he play a lot with the pants too, and like he tries to sit up. I like his moves, like the chokes too. He's really good on chokes.
Yeah.
And like knee slice too.
I need to watch more of. What's his first name?
Fernando
Margarita.
He's like one flower in Brazil.
Yeah.
He's really tough. Like he's I like a lot. Home for sure.
You have to say that.
Yeah. No, but it's true. Like I really like his game. Like for one reasons, like I choose him because like man, I love his game. Like
best.
triangle, like it's like look like my body. For this guy choose.
That's true. The spider guard game that he has, I feel like would fit you perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, like the cross chokes. I like the cross choke. I like choke.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he does that. Margarita does that a lot. Another thing I like a lot, and I inspiration my arm drags like Marcelo Garcia. Oh my god,
best.
man,
Yeah.
this guy like. If you ask my roommate, like I put every morning like his like highlight if I go
yeah.
because man, he's so little, he moves so fast, and his arm drags like perfect time, you know.
Yeah. My favorite is Fernando Terere.
Nice.
Who beat Marcelo. But Marcelo is, I say this all the time, I feel like everybody...
But he's more big than Marcelo too.
Yeah. And better. It's okay. But if it weren't for the drugs. But everybody I feel like went through a Marcelo Garcia phase. Like at blue belt, I got obsessed with Marcelo Garcia. I have like all of his books, all of his DVDs. Like I memorized everything on the website. Like my whole game is based on Marcelo Garcia, like butterfly and X guard. So,
I don't like his guard like too much. It's not good for my game. I like more the arm drags, his guillotine. Oh my god, too.
I'm not too good with his Marcelo team. I can't get that like that high elbow, whatever it is. I can't do that. But he's I feel like everybody that stays in jiu-jitsu for long enough has gone through a Marcelo Garcia phase somehow, or they just like get obsessed with him and in his game. And it becomes a part of. He's probably influenced more jiu-jitsu than anybody that I can think of. I mean, obviously the Gracies and stuff like that, but as far as like people's games,
Kron Gracie a lot. I like his game a lot. I watch him a lot too.
He is really great. Cool. You got anything you want to shout out? You got anything coming up that you're doing, or any projects, any sponsors or
nothing. Like my projects for next year, like I want one day open one gym too. Like I'm still like thinking, but not now, very in the future. Like this is my project, I think, for the future, like main goal.
Don't do it in Conway.
No, I have to see like where I'm gonna open, like everything, because like I don't have this wish. I'm being like, if I open one gym, my main like reason is gonna be for the kids. I really like teach the kids. I think
I do too, honestly. I think the kids classes are like, they're fun. They listen better. I think they listen better than the adults.
Another thing you see, like you say, like, oh my god, I taught him the first arm bar. It's grateful to see that.
It is
like
cool.
See, like they learn a lot of things. And like I think my main goal is that, like from the kids, I think if you raise the kids good, they're gonna become good guys, like it's from you, I wanted that.
Yeah.
People like spread my name, say like, oh, Fellipe Trovo, this nice guy, he does that. I wanna like keep like my image like very good. For this guy, I like focus on the kids because I think they show you that.
Right, absolutely. I think that the kids classes and the kids classes honestly should pay your rent. You know what I mean? Like you should be making money off of kids classes. If you don't have kids classes, you need to start them, because it's the parents make the kids go to class, where the adults, like if it rains, they're like, oh, I'm not going to class. And the kids, like if it rains, the parents are like, get out the door, you're going to class, come on. So those ones are like your solid money makers right there. No, the kids classes, I really enjoy watching the change in them.
No, if you see, you have to see, like the people have to see how is trained there. We have like 3 classes, like the first, I think 4 until 6, or 5 until 6. I order 8 until 12, and after that 15 teenagers. And like if you still have a lot student, I think like it's beautiful to see them training. Yeah. Go watch one day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. The kids, honestly, one of my favorite takedowns that I do, I learned from watching kids do it. Like I saw some other kids that were drilling it, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. And so then I just started drilling it. Like I've always believed you can learn something from absolutely everybody. White belts, blue belts, maybe not blue belts because they're not people, but I'm just kidding. No. Kids, you learn a lot watching the kids move and stuff. Cool. So I appreciate you coming on to the podcast to give your 2 cents, and so we can make sure they're watching out for you. And thank you for doing the seminar, doing everything. It's been really good. I hope somebody becomes a fan through this and through what we're doing.
Oh, thank you guys. I appreciate it. I try like spread like kind of my life a little bit for you guys.
Yeah.
For like you see, it's fun to jiu-jitsu, and like the community of jiu-jitsu is still growing a lot. We're gonna get one point like it's gonna be like famous as like surf, as like any other thing,
Absolutely. Yeah. And I think that people hear the bad stories about like, oh, I went into this gym and this happened, or or something happened to somebody, and they forget that the majority of the gyms are people like us that are welcoming, open to everybody, and just want to spread jiu-jitsu. And spread is kind of sounds religious, but like spread what we're doing, and like just want more people to do what we're doing and have fun. the more training partners I have, the better I can get. So
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So awesome. I appreciate it. Thank you for coming on. And we'll wrap it up. So that's episode 19. Make sure you check us out on YouTube, Instagram, Patreon, and that's all I can think of right now. So appreciate it, and we'll see you next time.
Was.